Alrighty, guys, we are 15-2 in our last 17 crowd pleaser teasers on my website. And that's good for 88% in that particular category. And if you want to unlock today's crowd pleaser teaser bet, the link for that play is in the description section below. And just a reminder here, guys, if you sign up for that package, you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus here, guys, you're also going to get access to all my cheaper memberships on my site absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. I currently have over 590 members who are signed up and active on my site right now. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Mavericks at the Wizards, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Dallas is -4 on the road, totals 208. Now, the Mavs, they've won 4 out of their last 5, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the game. They're allowing only 106 points per contest, and they're in the top 3 in defensive boards. They're also led by Luka Doncic, who's leading the league in scoring. Luka's averaging 34 points a game. He's making 50% of his field goals. Meanwhile, Spencer Dinwiddie's second on the team in scoring, and he's knocking down 40% of his three-pointers. Definitely a threat shooting from long range. Now, Dallas is facing a Washington team who has a tough time guarding the three-pointer themselves. They're actually in the bottom 5 in the league in defensive three-point percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, not many teams score fewer points than Washington. The Wizards are in the bottom 3 in points per game, and they're making only 30% of their three balls. Now, injury-wise, Bradley Beal's out. Taj Gibson is questionable. Meanwhile, for Dallas, Christian Wood is out with a knee. Davis Bertans, he's listed as questionable. When it comes to the total, 3 out of Dallas's last 4 did stay under the number. Meanwhile, Washington went 3-1 to the under in their last 4 themselves. I'm going to lean toward Dallas -4, under 208. Next ball game, Sixers at the Hawks, 7:30 p.m. East. Atlanta's the 1-point favorite at home, totals 222.5. Now, Atlanta's scoring 117 points a game, and they're in the top 10 in offensive rebounding. Clint Capella is averaging 11 boards a game, and he scores just about double-digit points per contest. And speaking of points, Trae Young's leading the team in scoring with 27 points a game. They're facing a Philly squad who has a tough time guarding the field goal themselves. These guys are in the bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, the Sixers are scoring just 108 points a game, and they're in the bottom 3 in offensive boards. Now, injury-wise, Harden's still out. House is questionable. And when it comes to the total, Philly saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the number. Meanwhile, Atlanta went 7-2 to the over in their last 9. I'm going to lean toward Atlanta -1, over 222.5. Next ball game I have for you, it is going to be Hornets at the Heat. That'll be a 7:30 Eastern tip-off in South Beach. Miami's the 10-point favorite, totals 215. For a team laying double digits in this spot here, the Heat really don't score that much. They're in the bottom 5 in points per game, and they're one of the worst in the game right now on offensive boards. They're facing a Charlotte squad on the other side of things, who actually does tend to play some pretty tough defense at times themselves. Not all the time, but they are capable of, locking it down a little bit, especially against a team like Miami who doesn't score all that well. But regardless, Charlotte, they're in the top 5 in the league right now in guarding the 3-ball. When it comes to offensive production, Terry Rozier's leading the pack with 21 points a game. Meanwhile, Dennis Smith Jr. averages double-digit points a night, and he's making 40% of his three-pointers. Now, injury-wise, Gordon Hayward's out for the Hornets. Meanwhile, for Miami, Hero and Martin are questionable. Oladipo is out for them. When it comes to total, 5 out of Miami's last 8 stayed under the number. Meanwhile, Charlotte went 7-1 to the under in their last 8. I'm going to lean towards Charlotte +10, under 215. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Blazers at the Pelicans. And that'll be an 8 o'clock Eastern start time. The Pelicans are -6.5, totals 226. Now, the Pels have had a tough time covering the number here lately. They're just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. And they're having a rough time defending the field goal. The Pels are currently in the bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage. They're facing a Portland squad who shoots pretty well from long range themselves. These guys are making nearly 40% of their three-pointers. Dame Lillard's making 40% of his three balls, and he leads the team with 28 points a night. Meanwhile, Anthony Simons is second on the roster in scoring with 22 points a game. When it comes to defensive play on the other side of the court, well, the Blazers are in the top 5 in rebounding, and they're allowing only 107 points a night. Now, injury-wise, Nurkic, Grant, and Johnson are questionable. Meanwhile, for the Pelicans, Temple, Nance, Lewis, and Liddell are questionable for them. When it comes to the total, New Orleans went 70% to the over in their last 10 outings. Meanwhile, Portland saw overs against the likes of Miami, Houston, and Denver. I'm going to lean toward Portland plus 6.5, keeping this one close, and the over 226. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like Dallas -4, under 208. Atlanta -1, over 222.5. And one final reminder, guys, we are 15-2 in our last 17 crowd pleaser teasers on my website, and that's good for 88% during that span. Give me Charlotte +10, under 215. And I like Portland +6.5, over 226. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Now, guys, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, you are going to get access to that content. You're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. And of course, like I said earlier, as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all the cheaper memberships on my site absolutely free. So for example, if you sign up for the Crowd Pleaser Teaser, which is $9.99, you're going to get access to all the cheaper memberships. So that includes the dog, the underdog tier, daily consensus poll, extra daily bet, and the daily best play. Now, if you were to get the board member package, well, that's an all-inclusive membership. So you got me so excited talking about that. The board member is an all-inclusive membership, so you get access to every single bet, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days if you sign up for that. That's certainly the best value you can get. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.